You're gonna link the stream in the
Oh,
chat or something?
I should probably do that.
Probably should. What if someone wants to stop by and watch Blood Omen 2?
Why would anyone want to watch this cursed video game?
That's a great question. Maybe to see what else goes
Um,
wrong for you.
so yeah, so if this looks any different, which I don't get why I would, because we're still on the menu screen here.
Uh-huh.
For context, at the beginning of the last stream, the stream actually opened on that DVD error.
Yeah. I
Uh,
actually saw it and was like, that's weird, and then it continued on, and I was like, I guess it's nothing.
yeah, I was like that too, because I like it was like, yeah, no, this is fine. I just pop the
Yeah.
disc out, pop it back in, and it works. Hooray! Blood Omen.
Yeah.
Come today, it doesn't work like for multiple attempts, and then I'm like, well, what if I just pop this out and I'm like, okay, I'll try different discs, make sure my Xbox isn't dying. Other discs work fine. Like I tried many Xbox games and they all worked. And Blood Omen 2 then worked that time. And then I was like, all right, cool. And then I left and I did some stuff and I was going to come back to finish replaying up to where I was. And it was just nothing I did worked. And also, I tried cleaning the disc. I tried cleaning the laser with compressed air. I successfully made the drive squeaky, which was probably terrible. So yeah, so now we're on the PS2 version.
And things are gonna go better.
And things are going to go better, question mark. First of all, I just want to point out that there's an amazing voice cue that happens when I do this.
I have to turn it up so I can hear this amazing voice cue.
I feel like that's the voice of Kane yelling goat cheese. Let's see if I can do that again.
Yeah, I heard. I couldn't tell. I just heard go.
I don't
Maybe I
know.
didn't have it up high enough to hear the whole thing, but
I can't do it again. Anyway,
it's all right.
what that does is it turns on the cheat mode that we're going to play the rest of the game with, because holy crap, Blood Omen. It gives you this cool armor, and it gives you the Soul Reaver, which makes the combat so much easier. Yes, is the answer to that question. Sewer access. You could tell Rob that he could just watch this Blood Omen streams. Watch me suffer so he doesn't have to.
But yeah, so the cheat mode got you this cool sword,
Yeah, it basically kills all the enemies in one hit.
and then you still got to do the dumb blood vacuum thing.
You do, which is weird because in Blood Omen, Soul Reaver didn't let you do that. But I'm not gonna complain because if you couldn't do the blood suck, then you wouldn't be able to restore your health, and you just die because you
It needs
lose.
to restore their health. You're one-shotting everyone.
But
You'll be fine.
You lose health.
You're never gonna take more damage. And you get this weird-looking set of armor.
Yeah, it looks like the ye olde Blood Omen 1 armor.
I think it's supposed to be.
Rob has given up.
It's the smart choice.
Yeah, see this guy? Ow. He's not a problem anymore. Do, do, do. Just, you know,
Yeah, how's it going?
sucking blood. Trying to figure out where I'm going. Oop. Down here now.
Well, while you're
Oh, this was
exploring
where
this
I was.
place, I played some of that Fire Emblem Three Houses for most of the morning.
Nice. How was that?
That game is good.
That's good.
It's actually really good. It's, you know, it's not Awakening, but it's really good. Whole
Oh,
bunch
there
of
we go.
characters that I'm way into immediately, and I did not realize it. So, you know, you pick one of the three houses, and each house has their own people in it. Like, there's students in that house.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't realize is that by improving your stats and stuff in certain areas and hanging out with them, you can poach students from other classes.
Ha!
So even if you know, if you're like, oh, but there's a really cool student over there that I'm disappointed that I can't have in my class and in my army, then you can just be like, hey, I hear you're into horseback riding. Well, you know what I got over here? All these sick gifts related to horseback riding, huh? Maybe you should switch sides. And you do that long enough, and you can totally get those students to switch over.
He's not, you know, in the Discord like some kind of loser. But yes, it really is crazy how much more interesting Soul Reaver
Yeah, the
is
story
than
of
Blood
games are
Omen.
way...
Play your Witcher games and talk to us.
Yeah, I'm playing God Eater 3 over here
Oh,
while you play Blood Omen.
how's that?
Pretty anime.
I got this box over here, and I don't know what I'm doing with it. What if I just?
I am no longer in the Freedom Wars style prison.
That's good.
But this game is still anime as fuck. This lady has a shotgun. Lady is wearing like a maid slash secretary outfit and holding a shotgun, standing in front of a door on a tank.
That's
This game is very anime.
yeah. But I don't know. More people
But
should
yeah,
have shotguns.
so-
Fire Emblem, anime.
Yeah, Fire Emblem. It's pretty anime, and it's also kind of hilarious because I feel like there should be some attempt somewhere in that game to hide who the villains of the game are, and there's not. It's like I got a C rank support conversation between two characters that amounted to I'm gonna walk through an ocean of blood to reach my goals, and the other character going, don't worry, I'll kill everyone for you so you don't have to get your hands dirty. And then they bro fist. It's just like, I feel like maybe you should have buried the lead on that, but okay.
Okay, I can. Whoa! Aw. Fucking Kane.
What about him?
Oh,
You're
he's
making fun of his weird hovering.
I'm making fun of his weird hovering.
Look, man, that's how vampires do.
But it's not.
Whatever, you've seen Raziel glide.
Yeah, but he has wings.
Yeah. Kane just has mystical vampire, like... So, what he's doing here is lowering his density by turning most of the way into mist.
So
He's internally turning into mist that lowers his density, like, you know, like birds having hollow bones. So that he can then drift down at a not quite lighter than air way. Like, if he was shot by an arrow while he was gliding down like that, he would just spray air out like a pierced balloon. It'd be really rough.
Hi, Rob.
Kane's a dick.
Kane
Oh,
is
hey,
a
you're here.
dick.
I'm here.
And crank up your volume like 50% so I can hear you.
Oh.
Alright. How's it going?
Alright.
I was gonna say, if you want, I can just explain the problem with Blood Omen 2 story-wise, and then you can just ignore Blood Omen 2.
2?
Yeah.
Isn't Blood Omen 2 like in a weird like other timeline or something?
Okay, so here's the
Yes.
deal. Soul
Okay.
Reaver 2... Soul Reaver 1 ends with Kain and Raziel going back
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play probably
Oh.
Soul Reaver 1 and 2 at least, but like 1 I already knew about that, but
Yeah.
like, so whatever with 2.
So,
Because 2
this
came out
is...
after Blood Omen 2?
Blood Omen 2 comes out after Soul Reaver 2.
Oh, okay.
And then Defiance is the last one.
Yeah.
It goes Blood Omen, Soul
Right.
Reaver, Soul Reaver 2, Blood Omen 2, Defiance.
Right.
And the reason that this one is right here is because the events that take place in Soul Reaver 2, because the time travel is involved, cause this game to happen.
Oh.
Like
Huh.
This game would
is
not
the
have happened if what happened in Soul
2's
Reaver
events
2
had not taken place.
Yeah.
Like things happened during Soul Reaver 2 that caused this, so that's why this game is here.
And then that gets
And
Kain
if
to
you-
where he is in Defiance?
Kind of, but not really, because the
Okay.
Kain you play as here is like
Young.
Blood Omen 1 Kain, but like a few hundred years older or whatever.
Yeah.
The one in Defiance is the Soul Reaver Kain, like the one from the future. So this is like setting up the backstory to the events that take place in Defiance. But
Okay.
you're playing as the future version of Kain, who did not live through these events, but due to the weird way time travel works, does remember these events now.
Time is convoluted.
It is.
Yes. It's convoluted because Kain made it convoluted on purpose. That was his plan.
What a dick.
His
Just
plan was
select
whack
it
time with a
later.
hammer until shit broke.
Blocks will rise, now go around to the other side of the middle. Oh.
Oh, how do I turn down Witcher?
How's The Witcher going?
It's going. Like,
How much of The Witcher have you played?
I mean, it means nothing, but I think I'm at like 60 hours or something.
So that's what I was gonna say. Is how many hours have you played, and then how far in the game do you think you actually are?
I'm probably halfway, and that's not even counting the expansions. So I'm guessing
the
I have
expansions that
about
I've
another
heard
60
are like
are
an
full
entire...
games.
Yeah, like
They're full
Yeah,
regular
I
ass
have-
games. One is like 10 hours, the other one's 20.
I have the
Oh,
20-hour
man.
one. I don't have the 10-hour one.
I got both of them for like $15 because The Witcher 3 goes on sale super good
Sale
all the
I-
time.
For
I
It's crazy how often it goes on sale and
and
they
it's
just give
such a good,
everything away.
it's such
I-
a good like buy. Holy shit. that
Yeah,
game
like
is
the
great.
value proposition there is absurd.
Can I talk about why I have Blood and Wine?
Yeah.
Because someone on the Giant Bomb forums was doing a giveaway, and they wanted your best Witcher themed joke, and I
Oh,
had
no.
the best Witcher themed joke
Oh,
apparently.
God. What won you the expansion pack?
Why did the Witcher cross the road?
Why?
He wanted to Gwent to the other side.
That one?
Yeah, it
Really?
did.
Jesus Christ, Giant Bomb
Fuck.
Forums game is weak.
The
Yep.
bar is low.
The bar is
Uh-huh.
so low, but I won.
You did. Can't take that away from you.
Could have just said he wanted to fuck to the other side. That would have been
More accurate.
more accurate.
There were some trading cards over there he needed to collect.
Yeah, Gwent. Come on.
It's not.
I
those
did
aren't
just
Gwent
get
cards.
series cards, which is hilarious. This like character that no one should know about. I got her card. She's really strong. It's like one of the best cards.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
She's
Weird,
tough.
weird how that works.
I'm playing a lot of Gwent.
I
Not actually a lot, but like
don't understand Gwent, but I'm okay with that.
it's a bunch of bullshit. It's really fucking stupid.
I
Until
tried playing some want to know where I stopped playing that game?
okay.
After the bit at the very start where you like Geralt gets his fucking makeover to go meet with the Emperor or whatever,
Yep.
and then you go talk to Yennefer in
Yeah.
the other room, and you walk back outside and there's a dude on a bench that you can play Gwent with,
Yeah.
and I lost against that motherfucker like 20 times in a row,
Yeah.
and then never started that game back up. Because I was furious that I could not beat that motherfucker in Gwent. I didn't want to
Yeah.
leave the room without beating him. I was just like, nah.
Yeah, you basically like in order to get good, you just got to buy the cards from like from there's a seller in one of in the first town before you go to the capital. And
Yeah.
that's probably the only way you can beat that guy. I think you can go back to that capital afterwards, but
It's like I
that
didn't
would be
buy
the
the
only
cards
place.
because I didn't know if they were good cards. So
No,
like, well, I
they're
didn't want to.
better than having them is better than having what you have,
Okay.
for sure. Also, it's really confusing going back between Witcher 3 and Red Dead 2 and having two Force games and just slightly different controls. Not completely different, only slightly.
I gotta get back to Red Dead 2 at
I,
some
I I
point.
use so many potions because in Red Dead it's like up on the D-pad is to call your horse.
Oh yeah.
In Witcher that's just use up your potions.
Uh,
So I'm just like downing a bunch of swallows and getting fucking crunk and just
it's
Geralt
like
looking all fucked up.
it's like when you switch from Dark Souls to Bloodborne and you just start downing blood vials like crazy,
Yeah.
trying to two-hand your weapon. And it's just like, God damn it!
It was bad.
I solved that problem by not playing Dark Souls.
Also, yeah, Red Dead 2, really
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah,
I've heard that game is all right.
I should get back to it at some point. No.
It looks like amazing. Like it shouldn't look the way it does on PS4.
It looks too good for the PS4.
It looks
like
too
it's
good
on-
for the PS4. It's
Looks
crazy.
like it should be on new hardware. Or maybe it's just
Yeah.
that everyone else has been fucking slacking.
Maybe because
Because honestly, I think
Red
that's
Dead
probably a
just-
more likely answer is that nobody else is actually pushing the fucking hardware because they're fucking lazy.
Rockstar is just literally cracking the whip.
Yeah. Like, they have the manpower in the sense
Make
that
it-
they have a bunch of
make it
employees
more.
locked in a basement somewhere.
Soul Reaver. Note
You'll never
here.
see your kids again.
Soul Reaver in armor does not make you invincible. Sorry, had to chime
Good
in
job.
with that.
Good job, TFP. Cheat mode on, still dying against random guards. This playthrough is going to be over in no time.
We got this.
But hey, at least cheat mode is on now, so this will at least go faster than if it wasn't. I say, is this random sewer ninja effortlessly sidesteps all of your attacks? You got her eventually, it's fine.
Excuse me.
I also ended up
Bless
playing an entire hand or an entire couple rounds of poker in Red Dead, which is more than I ever did in the first game,
Mm-hmm.
and like got some mild understanding of poker. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah. Hold'em's fun.
because
I
the game will
understand-
teach you poker.
I understand poker, but the problem is I don't actually know what all of the, like, hands you can get are.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, I don't know that shit, but
I mean,
So
it's,
it's like, I don't
pretty
know what-
straightforward.
What's a flush?
Flushes all colors of all the same suit.
Is when all of your cards are the same suit.
Yes.
Do you get
Is-
anything for all your cards being the same color but not the same suit?
No.
Okay.
Why is this
it
not-
straight just when all of the things are in order?
yeah.
Yes, a straight is
I
when
think
all the
so.
things are in order. A straight.
And a straight can be anything. It doesn't have to just be like the base
Yeah,
cards. It can
no.
be like
Yeah.
2 through 8 or whatever the fuck.
What is happening? Why? Why is this? What?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make the water go fill up.
Well, then I guess turn the crank, man.
I'm turning this crank.
Well, then turn it until the thing fills up and then stop turning the crank. Maybe you
How
turned it
much-
for too long.
Okay, I guess I turned it for too long.
Oh, wait, do you have to...
Nope.
I think you might have to plug that drain or something?
Nope.
No? Okay. You just turned the crank too aggressively.
Yep.
Fool.
How much of Red Dead 2 did you play, TFP?
I got to chapter 2 or 3 before I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did not
So-
get very far.
No, I mean that's a pretty decent way
Oh.
into it, I think. I mean, I've done mainly story stuff and probably fucked around a little bit with doing side stuff and some hunting, but
Yeah.
no, because I was gonna mention that that mission where you go into town to be like, yeah, let's go break our friends out of jail, and then you just get fucking pissed drunk.
Yeah.
That's like the best mission in the game so far.
It's real good.
And you're just trying to find your friend, and everyone's face model is your friend until you walk up to them and go, "Hey, I found you," and then it just like, oh wait, they're not my friend.
Yeah, I
And then
remember
it
them
just, like,
discussing that in the best moment thing for
oh,
Giant
it's
Bomb
so
last year.
great. It just cuts to different things where you just like like doing like burlesque dancing on the tables with fucking a bunch of other drunk dudes.
Come on, TFP, you got this.
And then you wake up way out of
Ow!
town without your horse. And you go find your horse. That sucks.
You have a weapon that's practically a one-hit kill and the best armor in the game.
They're not being.
you
they're-
die? Did
I
you die?
did.
Again,
How
it's the
embarrassing.
same enemies.
I'm so
it's-
embarrassed for
It's
you.
not embarrassing because it's Blood Omen 2.
It's extra embarrassing because it's Blood Omen 2, actually.
I don't agree
Uh.
with this sentiment.
It means you have to play more Blood Omen 2.
That's
Well,
true.
that's true, but
It means I have to watch more Blood Omen 2, and I use watch in the loosest possible terms. Because I'm playing fucking other games over here while he's doing that.
it's fair. I highly recommend
Also,
playing
to
other
alleviate any
games.
weird fears you may have, Rob, it turns out that that new Fire Emblem game is pretty good. I know that you may have been burned by that last Fire Emblem game, but the new one's alright.
And he died.
Yeah, he's dead. It's fine.
But yeah, so I looked up that character that you said was the me character, and holy shit,
Is that character just the you character? Because I don't know anything else about her.
yes.
I talked to her like one time. I'm
What-
assuming she's a spy or something, because she just showed up and was like, hey, what's up? And then left.
She's not a spy, but they have like the little ending blurbs,
Uh-huh.
and the ending blurb is hilarious. For her, let's say, in terms of, oh hey look, it's the TFP character.
Did she just go become a thief?
Maybe.
Great. I'm very happy for you. That they just made a character for you.
I like when they do that, you know? Just,
I mean, it solves all of your problems with having to, like, pick a character you like.
that's true.
Just like, oh, that's the one they made for you. So you can just, yeah, okay, there. Settled. Also, I'm a big fan of of the fact that despite all my jokes about that game being, like, essentially the Miss Kashiwagi simulator,
Mm-hmm.
like, they also just put a character in who's basically Miss Kashiwagi.
Great. Is it the really fancy looking lady?
Yeah, she used to be an opera singer.
Oh, of course she did.
Now she's a magic teacher. And doctor.
Man, just everything
Mhm.
about this game is so good. That seems dangerous.
God, this game looks terrible. Like, just visually, it looks bad.
Yeah,
Everything in Soul Reaver 2 looked better than this.
yeah. Oh, I should have moved faster.
Get out the way.
Oh, hey, you're alive.
I am alive, sorry.
Oh, we just assumed you were
I
dead.
took off to
We were-
mix a jar of strawberry lemonade with a bunch
Oh.
of whiskey in it.
That's not bad.
We were talking about the
We will
fact
see.
that the new Fire Emblem game is surprisingly not terrible.
Okay, good, fuck.
Yeah, like, I was gonna say, is try to alleviate your fears, because I know you got burned by that last one.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they apparently got a translation team that wasn't fucking balls out terrible for this
and
one.
is there less, like, weird sister incest?
There is less, yes.
Less.
Significantly less. Although I think you might be able to bang your adopted father. I don't know. I'm not going that route. I don't know.
Point me in the direction of the Sundari.
Dude, it's an entire faction.
Well,
One of the houses is led by a girl who might as well be anime Daenerys Targaryen.
okay, well that's a lot less interesting, but
Kind of, but mostly in the part where she's fucking insane.
oh, okay.
It's like, alright, I'm into this.
Yeah, you
Is she
are.
blonde?
Yes.
Of course.
Hold on, look up. No,
Like,
actually,
it's
look at
like
most
the
recent
last
in the
picture.
Discord.
Oh, that? Is that her?
Yeah.
Giving you the crazy eyes at the S rank.
Well, I'm glad there's a good Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Like, it's been a little bit since there was a Fire Emblem game that I really liked, and then this one came out and was like, yeah.
It's been like 6 years.
Like,
since
I spent most of the
Awakening came
morning playing it, so I can't vouch for, like, how it's gonna go in the future. But right now, it seems really fucking good. Also, I just kind of like the weird, like, school setup thing.
out. Yeah, I like the setup for the.
Like, because you pick essentially one of the 3 classes that you're teaching, and you get all the characters in that class as, like, your units. But what I didn't realize is that when you're going around doing your, like, straight-up Persona-style free time S-linking, you, have a chance to basically customize your skills and stuff to try and poach students from other classes.
oh my god, you're still doing block puzzles?
Dude, it's
Well-
never gonna end.
Oh my god.
Have you never seen Soul Reaver or Soul Reaver 2?
Yeah, Soul Reaver 1 is like 85% block puzzle. And there's actually a really funny explanation for why that came from Amy Hennig herself. Which
Oh.
was apparently they basically were in a panic and were like, okay, we're running out of time. Everybody run off and go make your areas of the game, and then we'll just reconvene and put it all together. And then they basically all came back and got together and went, oh shit, we all did block puzzles. Like, they all made a block puzzle segment in every area of the game individually, and didn't realize it until they got together and realized the game was almost entirely block puzzles. And it's like, well, it's too late to fix now.
There's a lot of really funny stories, and by funny I mean like somewhat terrifying. Especially like relating to this game and Soul Reaver, which were apparently developed like concurrently, or roughly
Oh, it's the same in Soul Reaver
concurrently.
2, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought
Okay.
this game and
I
Soul.
thought you just said Soul Reaver.
Oh no. Because of the whole bit where they had to change like one tiny bit in the ending of Soul Reaver 2 because they showed this game to Amy Hennig and she went, oh shit. None of this is okay.
It is kind of a cool idea for a game series though, where you kind of like trade off protagonists,
Yeah.
and it's like this game is this guy's story, and then this game is this guy's story, but they keep continuing, and then it's like, and now you got both.
It's a really cool, like, I think the overall story of, like, the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver franchise might be one of my favorite video game stories ever. Just the way it kind of twists and turns, and you have this whole thing of Kain and Raziel. Like, all of the shit they do through the course of the series and the way it all ties up at the end. Like, straight up, the way Defiance ends is like a fucking A-plus perfect ending for the series. Which is why I'm kind of glad they never made another game after this, despite repeated efforts.
Yeah, I know they wanted, or there was talk about it. but
There,
I also never
there were
played
multiple
Defiance,
ones
so I had no
in
idea.
development. Like
Oh.
There was,
Dead
one in, there was one in
Sun.
development that was going to be like a straight-up like single-player sequel game. And then there was one that just, that got like canned, and they were going to make a multiplayer thing called Nosgoth. It was
That-
like
and-
just online team-based multiplayer combat.
And that came
And
out,
that-
but yeah, there was like Legacy of Kain, Dead Sun was one, and then Legacy of Kain.
Yeah, that was the single player thing they were gonna try, and then that didn't happen.
Dark something.
Mm,
Because there were two single player ones. There was one on PS2, Xbox, and then the Dead Sun was like PS3 360 era.
Did either of you watch the latest Half in the Bag?
I did not.
which one was the latest?
Comic
It's the one
Con,
where they
Picard, and
Comic-Con
Midsummer.
stuff and Midsummer.
No, I didn't see that one. Damn.
It's they well they mentioned like the Star Trek Picard trailer, and then Jay has nothing to talk about, so like Mike just starts zoning out and hallucinates Rich Evans beside him, and he talks with Rich Evans for 20 minutes about Star Trek Picard, and then it just fizzles back to Jay.
Yeah, sure. I've been that person who doesn't know anything about Star Trek before. And sadly, now I know entirely too much about Star Trek.
I love Star Trek.
It's alright.
I like the bit in
Q's terrible,
the
aside from that.
what
Q.
No.
Yeah,
Q's great. What are you talking
yeah,
about?
he's terrible. He's the worst. He ruins that show.
Speaking of ruining,
God damn it! Did you die again?
yes,
I'm catching up. Got killed by that purple Bible man looking motherfucker.
No.
Okay, you got killed by his generic lackey. Oh my god.
This game is not easy, okay?
You have the cheats on.
I do. This does not make it less not easy.
Yeah, but it has apparently made you stop trying.
Yeah, but just imagine how miserable this would be if I didn't have the cheats.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, that was an enemy. Okay. I was confused. You were just swinging and I was going right through him.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. But as I was saying before I got murdered, I like the bit in the recent Best of the Worst where Jay asks an innocuous Star Trek question and then cut
Right.
to split screen answer simultaneously.
Just 3 people answering. No, it was a transporter accident all at once.
Yeah. Just like embarrassingly, I just under my breath was like, "No, it was a transporter accident." Oh shit! It's ridiculous what they're able to do with the transporter and Star Trek. Like the transporter just breaks everything.
There's a lot of shit in that show that just breaks everything. There's
But
a
the transporter is such a thing that's just like it's like a car to them. Like it's like a fucking toaster. Like they just like, oh yeah, I got the transporter or whatever. It's like it's what it's been able to do. Like it can clone people basically. It can de-age people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking immortality machine if you want it to be.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, whatever. They're not inhibited by that stuff. They don't care. They just I don't know.
For some reason, everyone just ignores that. The thing, okay, so I was watching fucking episodes of Voyager with my cousin.
Ugh.
Because, anyways, point is, there's a fucking planet in Voyager where, like, time works differently. And these motherfuckers, in the course of, like, it's like a month for the Voyager crew, these motherfuckers go from, like, cavemen to having ships better than Voyager. Like, that's how fast time moves on their planet relative to how fast it moves outside of their planet. Which means, how the fuck have those motherfuckers not conquered the galaxy in a week after that episode? Like, their technology would be so good that they would be indistinguishable from gods. If it took them, like, a month to go from cavemen to starship travel. Like, fuck. Nothing about them makes sense. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of shit in Star Trek, is that it doesn't make sense outside of the episode it's in.
Oh yeah, no, it's just everyone writing their own shit, and they don't exchange notes at all. They don't care. Continuity in Star Trek's fucked at this point. It's so
Mhm.
fucked. Especially with like fucking STD.
Have you watched any of Discovery?
I've watched none of Discovery, but just everything I've seen and like heard of it, and just like honestly, I get enough watching Mike and Rich talk about it.
You just watch them
Every
shit
once
on
in a
that, and then you
while.
go, "Yeah, that sounds right."
Why is this generic man so much harder than his more not generic cohorts?
I don't know. Block,
No.
but just block though. Use your rage attack. Did he kill you again?
No.
He's what you. I don't understand.
Can you
Play
not
it for
just
like
put on
30 minutes.
Infinite
This
Hell?
guy keeps. We've been playing for 35 minutes. You haven't got past this guy yet.
Look, man. What Omen hard.
Ugh. Just
I gotta drink all these people's blood.
Just fucking stab the guy.
I'm
You
trying.
have to hit like one
He
time.
blocks.
So then you just sidestep and you hit him after he does his big dumb red glowy attack. Instead of getting stabbed repeatedly, you
The
just
sidestep
dodge
is
once.
not as responsive as I would like it to be.
How does it feel, TFP?
It feels bad.
To be a bitch.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh god damn it.
So yeah, that Wolfenstein game came out today too.
I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Man,
I've heard mixed reviews.
really?
Yeah.
I was
I've
very
heard some people
excited
say
for
it's good and some people say it's eh.
it. I feel like it's like you want to play it in co-op.
Ah.
I don't know. I
I
feel
heard a
like
lot of
that's-
comparisons to like Borderlands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's got like 6s and 7s. Huh.
I don't know. I haven't
was
played
excited
any
for
of the
that.
new Wolfensteins, so
They're so fucking.
They're really good.
They're so
They're like
good.
I'm not
surprisingly
huge into
good.
first-person shooters most of the time.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Like I didn't play New Doom either.
That's really good too.
I tried, and I like put the disc in the PS4, and then it popped up a thing that was like, "Hey, we're gonna download a 40 gigabyte multiplayer thing," and then I immediately canceled that and took the disc back out, and then went and returned that game. He's like, "No, I didn't get this to play any multiplayer shit, so fuck off.
Yeah,
I wanted to put the game in and then play the single player."
that game's really good though. Single
Yeah.
player. Fuck. But also, yeah, Wolfenstein. The two new Wolfensteins are fucking fantastic. New Colossus is so goddamn crazy.
It's really good. And I was like talking to people earlier, like, yeah, that second one wasn't as good. And I was like, what are you smoking?
Yeah, I think it's probably better.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy, and like it made me genuinely care more for BJ, which I can't believe. Like I genuinely really like BJ Blazkowicz as a character.
Yeah.
He's got like at least some complexity, and he's like really well voice acted. Like that guy, like
Like I feel like they also did a really good job of that back in the first New Wolfenstein.
oh yeah, no, they did.
Oh boy.
Like New Colossus obviously builds on it, but
It does, but yeah. It's just like it's kind of crazy to see like a game of that's like I mean yeah it's a AAA game I guess like just kind of go balls out like it
Yeah.
doesn't hold back at all. It's over the top and crazy.
Bad things have happened here. Oh.
yeah. How's it going, buddy?
I like that guy who just like drop kicked a commoner and then laughed.
Oh, this game is dumb. Like, this game is so bad. I just really wish it was not part of the Legacy of Kain series.
So
You
like
can
all
explain-
the money went to Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance.
It's
Something.
less all the money and more
Talent.
yeah, because like
This was the B team.
this Amy Hennig did not have anything to do with this.
Oh.
And there are rumors that have been like the guy who is at the forefront of these rumors is like, nah, that isn't what happened. But much like a lot of other things from this time period, there have been rumors of this didn't start out as Blood Omen.
There's Blood Omen.
This started out as something else and became Blood Omen.
Which
I didn't
seems
realize
likely.
this is directed by Glenn Schofield.
Yes.
And I was like, who the fuck is that? And then I looked up. I'm like, oh, Dead Space.
Yes.
Dead Space 1.
Oh.
And that game's good.
That game's great. Man, I remember Dead Space where they went and fucking killed it.
Before Dead Space 3.
Before Dead Space 3, where it got thrown in the fucking EA graveyard.
Ugh.
Why can I not jump to that? It seems like where I should be able to jump to.
It's now festering to be great fertilizer for whenever Bioware fucking croaks.
God, which is soon, right?
Within the year.
Apparently Anthem's already down to like $20.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, it's not
So-
a good thing.
So it's unrelated because I have not seen any copies
Oh,
of Anthem
frame
up
rate.
at my local store, which,
Yeah.
not to think about, I know work at. So, anyways, I haven't seen any copies of Anthem up there, but there is like 2 rows in the PS4 section of just brand new copies of fucking Fallout 76, just stacked. Like every
How much they
row
going
of
for?
games, it's like $20 right now, I think.
Oh.
But like every row of games just has a solid wall of Fallout 76 behind them. Like someone who was ordering things thought that game was going to do really well, and that person was a moron.
And then oops.
So you're working at a game store now?
No, I'm working at my local like, grocery store, but there's a
Oh.
games section.
Oh, I see.
It's like it's not Walmart. It is kind of a weird Texas-specific supermarket type thing.
Okay. Where it has like a department for like everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm working in the bakery.
Gotcha. You bacon?
Yeah, kind of. Mostly, it is running a giant, god-awfully unsafe tortilla machine,
I'm so
which is an odd
confused.
job, but you know it pays really well. So
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
exactly, and I will do that job for like $12.75 an hour.
That's good.
It's
Think?
fucking almost twice as much as I was getting paid at the last place. So you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, occasionally I just walk through the like entertainment section just to see what's there.
Sure.
It's always
I do that
disappointing.
for like weird, like places that you like a drugstore. There's a drugstore here in Canada called, or at least still here on the Maritimes called Shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they have like they have video games and consoles. Like you can buy a PS4 there, but like it's just like behind like a glass case behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just weird. Like I don't know who the fuck ever buys that from there, because it's just like it's just a convenience store or like drugstore thing.
I
But
should
they
be
have
able
them,
to
and there's a
jump to
whole, like-
this.
I was gonna ask what's happening over there. You've got your game all paused.
It's all
I'm,
paused up.
yeah, I'm trying to read this guide that's like, what am I missing?
You're reading a guide.
I am.
My.
Yeah, using both a guide and cheat codes.
And I
fucking
can't
beat this game.
and I can't jump to this place that I'm supposed to be able to jump to.
Hey, look for a very specific spot you're supposed to land.
Lock your doors, bar your windows.
But yeah, for the record, that new Fire Emblem game is really good. I'm glad.
And there's a
really
character
bummed
that's
out by the
just
last
me. There's the TFP character in it.
Yeah, there's a character made explicitly for TFP. There's an entire faction that I'm way into. So yeah, it's good. It's fun. There's a lot of weird, just like running around doing weird school shit, and trying to be an instructor and like teach classes. Like you can like call in guest lecturers for the day to teach your students about different weapon types and stuff. Hang out with the other teachers.
Be like, oh,
One of the
these
other
shit
teachers
kids.
is a former opera singer who's just constantly getting smashed.
Yeah.
I mean that in every sense of the word.
Ooh.
There's a quest to go deliver a message from one of the knights who works there as a guard, and the message was just like, I am never going out with you again.
Now
It's
it
like, all
works.
that shit that happened last night? Nah. I kind of wish, so you know, choose whether you're a male or female main character, but you don't actually customize the appearance this time.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, it's a bummer. The appearance is locked in.
That's stupid.
It is.
That's so lame.
It is. I was really looking forward to seeing what weird customization options you got now that it was like a full-on console game.
The answer is
like, nah.
none.
Yeah. Which is a bummer, but I'm okay with it, because I think both the main characters look pretty cool, so...
I think in Awakening I ended up customizing my like character's face to the point where like I don't think I've ever seen anyone with that character like face
same
and
here.
hair and like everyone like mine's the least anime.
Kinda, yeah.
It's like short hair, like short reddish hair with like kind of a square jaw.
My character was slightly more anime, but similarly, it's like nobody else had a character that looked like that as far as I could tell.
I feel like mine was pretty generic.
Everyone goes super anime whenever they get to customize. It's actually one of the things I didn't like about Fates was like I couldn't
Yeah,
make a normal
away
looking
from it.
person.
I think it's entirely because of that outfit.
Yeah,
Like,
the
force
outfit
the
doesn't
anime
help there.
upon you. Now that I think about it, I pretty much made the same looking character when I played the Daemon Ex Machina demo.
So
Get
I
away
didn't even
from
know you
generic
could
anime.
customize your characters in that until like last month. And that game went from it looks okay to oh shit, now I gotta buy it like instantly. That's the #1 way to sell me on a game is tell me I can customize my character. And I'm just like, alright, fine, I'm in.
Oh,
Have you found out where you're supposed to go?
sort of.
I gotta admit, it keeps looking like you're like running through the exact same areas over and over again.
This
Gu-
game has
guess
zero
what?
fucking variety in the environments.
It looks like that, and it feels
that's too
like
bad,
that.
because I was genuinely probably gonna buy this game, but I'm.
No, don't do it.
One Omen 2 is the worst game in the series by a mile.
It seems like it.
It's bad.
But
Like,
Omen
it's
1
a-
at least seems like, I don't know, good or quaint. Like,
It's a weird, like, it's a
it's
weird
like, oh,
fake
this is weird for the
Zelda.
start one.
It
Because
is
the
a-
other ones are very different.
Yeah.
Zelda, you said?
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like top down.
It is weird
Yeah, that's
fake
top
Zelda
down.
1. What? Okay, so that makes a bridge here. Um, I don't get the end game here.
What are you doing? Aside from moving a block very slowly.
I guess I'm trying to get in there, but I don't...
Alright, walk me through the thought process here.
Oh, wait, okay. Well, I think I can do this. If I go over here and I retract the bridge, and then I can I can fill the place up with water. If I move this block over in the path of the bridge and then drop it, like fill this thing up with water, hit the bridge.
Yeah, can't go in water.
Or... In this game he can't. In Blood Omen he can. Or you get
There's something about that with Defiance, or he mentions it in the beginning of Defiance, but
in
I think it might be like
yeah, in Blood Omen 1 you get an ability that's like I can now pass through water. It's my Kane impression. It's not great. The Heart of Darkness.
Which became weirdly important in that last game.
It became weirdly important, but, you know.
It brought it back.
Okay. So I can pull this box over here now. I guess? Oh. And that was a button. Sure. Okay. That was dumb. What was the quote from that Greg Kasavin review about puzzles that don't make you feel smart? They just make you go, oh.
It was just the thing of, like, it's not the good kind of puzzle where you walk into a room and think, oh, I gotta figure out how to get from A to B, and, like, you realize there's a puzzle as you're solving it. It's the kind of puzzle where you walk into a room and see, like, 15 levers lined up in front of you, and you're just like, oh, fuck, it's a puzzle. Which I think is a really good distinction.
It's also pretty accurate for...
Considering how many times you've walked into a room here and just seen levers.
Just kind of,
Levers and obviously movable blocks, and you just start weeping.
Yep.
I still love that the abundance of block puzzles back in Soul Reaper 1 was, like, accidental.
That's
Everyone
funny.
just made fucking block puzzles, and it was like, ah, shit. Can't do anything about it now. We're locked in.
Alright, check out these Warcraft 3 people.
Oh. Like, it's astounding to me how much worse this game is in, like, every way. Oh god, you found the secret underground vampire club.
Yeah, it did.
These fucking LARPers.
what is this blade shit?
I was gonna say they look like the fucking people from Blade 2. And why does Forador stand like that?
Because he's gotta look cool.
He doesn't.
Some motherfuckers always try ice skating uphill.
uphill.
Also, hey, they're making a new Blade.
I hope
They
they,
are.
I
Of course
hope
they
they
are.
say that in the new Blade.
They better.
I'm gonna be upset if they don't.
Can you get away with saying? Can you drop one motherfucker? and
You
still
can
be
drop
PG-13?
one into PG-13.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Because they're gonna make that PG-13.
They better.
They're not gonna make it an R-rated Blade. They're
Yeah.
happy to you,
If it was a Netflix show, they might go R-rated, but even that's
but that'd be
questionable.
terrible.
Also, they
Hey.
would never make a Netflix show these days. Also, hey, you know, like, one or two of those Netflix shows turned out okay. Just, God, not Iron Fist or Punisher.
I couldn't finish the Punisher.
I remember how I said that I got to, like, episode 3 and then stopped? I never made it any farther than that.
Which sucks because I really liked him in season 2 of Daredevil, but
Yeah, he was probably the best part of season 2 of Daredevil.
Jesus Christ, apparently. Everything I've seen on that show is like, that's not what I thought, that's not what I know.
It's not even
That's not
that.
the
It's,
thing you do.
it's just like the thing about that I. They're saying something. I don't fucking care.
Don't worry about it.
Uh,
I will tell you when the story starts to get important.
the thing about the Punisher was just like I don't think the Punisher makes a good lead. The Punisher makes a good person who's somewhere like in the background doing dirty shit.
The Punisher makes a good wild card.
Yeah. But as soon as you try to focus on the Punisher, I just feel like I don't. This is
I think
just.
you could totally make a good Punisher story that's where he's the lead. You just gotta like.
You could, but they would have to go full on like Punisher. They would have to go read the Punisher Max comics from back in the day.
Like it
And then
had
just do that.
it had to be like completely like heavily psychological and like it had to be too like interesting for them to actually
Yeah.
want to pull
Like-
it off.
Well, I guess the
I don't have
purple
faith in
lady.
them to do it.
The purple
but they
lady
could.
got kidnapped or something.
Like I see like playing the Punisher like the man with no name or something where he like there's a problem and he comes in to solve it. Like it's kind of like that really good
That
that fucking short film. Yeah. Like that one where he's just like there's a problem and he's there to solve it, but he just happens to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, otherwise this shit would go like untouched, whatever the fuck horrible thing is happening in the world.
Yeah,
like,
it's
he's
just
there.
he was around, and
He
he's
was
like, yeah,
around.
all right, fine, I'm
And
here.
you get a little bit of like his personal life, just a little bit of like
Oh, frame rate.
behind the man. But
I forget. Did you ever read any of the like Punisher Max stuff?
no, no. I mean, I know kind of it, but
Because there were some really fucking good story arcs in that thing. I think it's probably the best written Punisher series
Okay.
anybody ever did.
yeah, I wasn't sure whether or not to read it because I wasn't sure if it was just like people liked it because it was like
The
violent as
90s.
hell.
It's not like it. It is violent as hell, but it's not
I mean,
because it's just
yeah.
gore
Oh,
and
okay.
violence that anybody liked it. It was actually really well written a lot of the
Oh,
time.
okay.
Granted, that varies. Despite the fact that it's a single writer, and like that varies as it goes on. Some story arcs are better than others, but for the most part, it is really well done.
Because I don't know, like Punisher, like I like the Punisher, but he doesn't make sense to me as like a long-term superhero. Like
Yeah. No, I
Like,
he's
get
not
that.
Spider-Man.
He gets
right?
his
Like,
revenge and then he's done.
that
No, like,
and also
I feel
well,
like
he can get
he's
his
the kind of
revenge.
person. I feel like he's honestly the kind of character that should like get taken out.
Yes,
really.
exactly.
Like he should have so little
Like his
regard
arc
for his own
is
self
him, yes, running
that
to his
he
death.
goes. Like he dies at the end of that story. That's how
Yeah.
that story should end.
That's how it should end. That's exactly, yeah, exactly. Like he has a finite.
Like he's not
Time.
a long-term person.
No, like he shouldn't be around being like, oh, you know, 10 years ago when you saved New York and stuff like that. It's
10
like,
years
no,
ago
he's a
when I
couple-
fought the Vulture or some shit. It's like no, the fucking
doesn't get-
Punisher should not be involved with all that dumb bullshit.
No, he's like he's propelling himself towards death basically, and taking out as many pieces of shit with him as he can.
Once more you underestimate the dark
Like,
is differently.
there's a really good bit at the start. It's like I think it's literally how Punisher Max starts, where there's like this fucking mafia birthday party for this like 100-and-something-year-old like mafia don who's like in a wheelchair on a ventilator and everything.
Pleased with my new sleep.
And there's like all these people around like celebrating, like, oh yeah, he's so great. And the Punisher just walks into the room and pulls out a handgun and just shoots this like 100-year-old like vegetable in his wheelchair, and then walks out. It's just like the fuck. And then everybody goes to chase him outside, and he's got a fucking machine gun set up on a hill and just guns down everyone as they're running outside. He's just like just kills like hundreds of people on the lawn of this giant mafia mansion. It's fucking insane. It's like that's how the series fucking opens: is Punisher gunning down like 100-year-old guy in a wheelchair.
Find the good bishop.
It's fucking it's rough.
It's like this. It's just like Devil May Cry 4.
You know, now that you mention it.
I feel like something's up with these people.
Oh. What gave you that impression?
The fact that there's weird pink sparks flying around their head.
Don't worry about it.
That's probably less than ideal.
Also, I think the only thing I actually give a shit about with the new Marvel movies is into the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah, that's speaking to me.
Like, that sounds good, and I'm interested in the What If show they're doing.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Hawkeye.
Eh.
Aw.
Crickets. So
But
many
they're
crickets.
introducing the
No,
good
I
Hawkeye.
know you're excited about Kate Bishop.
I am.
Is that his daughter?
No.
Why do you sound offended when you say no?
Because no.
Is that his protege?
Yes, and she's way cooler.
I mean it's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are they doing the Black Widow movie now?
That's a great question.
It's a little late for that shit, ain't it?
Just a little bit.
Literally, you announce it the movie after she's killed off. Spoilers.
Whatever.
No one's watching this.
No.
God, no. It's fucking Blood Omen 2 of all things. A, nobody watches these to begin with. B, it's Blood Omen 2.
Yeah, if anyone was, he
Christ.
drove him away. And yeah,
This game is a fucking travesty.
is it okay? Are you? How are you emulating this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Is that why I'm seeing weird shit?
He tried to play it on the Xbox, and the fucking Xbox refused to read the disc. Like, it kept telling him it was a DVD, and he needed to put it.
Oh, is that
in
what you
some other
posted on
thing.
Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the weird thing is, he played it. He played
Yeah.
the first 2 hours of this
You actually
game
played it, yeah.
yesterday,
Oh, and then you had
and
to
it
play
worked.
again.
And then he played
No,
it
so I played it again to get the cheat, so to get up
You
where I
had to make
was
a new game in order to activate the cheat mode. So we
Oh,
had to
okay.
play the first 2 hours of the game
again.
on stream, then play the first 2 hours again with the cheat activated to actually get back up to that point so we could resume streaming, and then the Xbox stopped reading the disc.
Oh, and then
So
you
then he had
had
to
to
go
play it again.
download a PS2 ISO, and then he played it again.
I played a lot of Blood Omen 2 today.
Dude,
He's
just
played
give up.
6 hours of Blood Omen 2,
I
not
sh-
counting the stream.
I should give up. To be fair, like the 2 hours, since I knew what I
Well,
was doing,
yeah, it wasn't
was
2 hours the second times through, but
You're far too committed to the bit.
I'm
he is,
so committed
for
to
some
this
reason.
bit.
Despite the fact that I told him he should really just find a fucking like cutscene movie compilation for
Take
this.
my lead and just, take like a year and a half to beat Final Fantasy 1, then never play the rest of the fucking ones.
Oh, you'll get there.
You'll get there.
By
I'm
the time
honestly
the Final
probably,
Fantasy 7 remake comes out,
if it
and
ever
we caught up-
happens, it will be like, I'm just gonna end up doing it out of order. I'm not gonna fucking play them in order, because I can't stand
No,
to do
just
that.
fucking.
you can't handle that much like battled Final Fantasy back to back.
No, I can't do 1, 2, 3 right back to back. That's too rough.
All right.
3's not that bad though. It's just 2 that's a problem.
2 is a problem. 3 is cute, but by the time I get to 3, I will not give a shit.
4's not great.
Everyone loves 4 though.
Well, it's okay. Just take another year and a half break between
Yeah.
2 and 3, and then you won't be burned out on it anymore.
Look, I'm keeping the Mura schedule.
Oh, okay.
Every couple years,
You got way into Idolmaster.
I got way into Witcher and and Red Dead and but mostly
How long
Witcher.
have I been fucking? Hold on. How has it just been an hour?
Right, I forgot to. Yeah, no, this is what you're in for every time you play Blood Omen TFP.
Why?
You know
Why
this.
does this game eat time?
It's a great question. I was gonna
I
ask.
think
Speaking
people
of The
animate it
Witcher,
really weirdly.
speaking of
What?
The Witcher, there's something we forgot to talk about.
Yeah,
What?
Henry
We forgot to talk about that
Cavill.
trailer.
No, we didn't. We did not forget to talk about that.
Oh, were you actively avoiding talking about it? because I kind of want to talk about it. What do you think?
Do you?
Kinda.
I
Are you cautiously optimistic? What's your take?
that would not be how I would put it.
That's not the term.
No. Um, like I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. I already have Netflix, so I'll give it a shot. I'll watch the first episode at least. Um, I don't know what they're doing. Like as someone who's read the books, I don't know what they're doing. And I saw the cast list, so I know what characters are gonna show up. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do or how they're gonna structure it, because the Witcher story as a story, if you're trying to adapt it, is fucking weird. Because the first two books are just short story compilations,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to know them. They're actually important. They're just not tied together tightly, but they matter. Characters appear in there. Siri first shows up in the second book in a short story, and then that leads directly into the actual books which of there are 5 of them, where like she's more of a main character than Geralt is. So it's cool that like she's in there, she's a kid, and like she's looks important, but also
Mhm.
like some of the images I saw looked like they was referencing stuff that's from like the second and third book, and I'm like, this is
Why
supposed
are
to be
you
the first
skipping
season.
around?
Yeah, like this is supposed to be the first season, and I assume you would kind of like adapt it somewhat linearly, and like I'm guessing it's like 10, 13 episodes, but I don't think they've said, so I'm just kind of going like guessing that it's that amount, and like I don't think you can jump that far ahead in 10 episodes and also have all the backstory shit
I
you
mean,
gotta
maybe they're gonna do maybe it'll be set further ahead, and they'll kind of flash back to explain, and that's
That
why they
won't
got Siri
work.
as a kid.
That won't work.
Bro,
That doesn't
man,
work.
I don't know. I'm not
Why?
a
What?
Netflix. I'm not a Netflix
You wanted
writer.
to talk about it.
Jim Henson's The Witcher babies. And just in time to see some sick blood-sucking animations.
Oh yes.
That
Turn on
sucks.
that Super Soaker.
Why were your thoughts? Make me mad.
I just don't like. Nothing about that looked good to me.
No. Okay.
So-
and Henry Cavill just looks awkward as Geralt. Like he
The
doesn't.
hair looks bad.
The hair looks terrible. They got
That
the
shot
eyes
at the
in
end
there.
of the trailer
Oh.
where he's just like got the full black eyes and the
Fuck.
dumb armor looking armor, and he's staring down a spider monster. Like, I saw a lot of people talking about how rad that shot looked, and I thought I was going insane, because to me that shot
That's
looked
like the
absurd.
worst one. That's
That's
horrible.
me, that was the nail in the coffin of
Yeah.
like, oh, this is going to be bad. As soon as I
Yeah.
saw that shot, I knew. And then I just saw a bunch of other people going like, oh, this shot looks awesome. I'm just like, what? No.
GBP4A,
everything
we
about it
got the
looks
pulse
bad.
of the
I don't know
internet.
what- Everything about it looks bad. I don't know what they're thinking with just because I don't know the structure of the story or anything. So
It's a
I can't
weird one to
comment on
adapt
that.
to a show.
Like, I
We
can't
can do
comment
it.
on that part, but I'm just saying from looks and everything, it just looks rough. Like, everything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, it was weird. Because I was listening to the William Pat's podcast, and Pat was pretty positive on it, surprisingly. And he was like, "Oh, the tone looks right," and I was like, "The tone doesn't look right at all to me. Like, the tone is super dark and gritty, and yeah, The Witcher is dark and kind of gritty, but also like there's a sense of humor to The Witcher. Like, there's
a
funny
weirdness-
shit in The Witcher, and there's like a
is
weird.
dark as fuck, but it doesn't. I'm trying to
It's
think of
not
a good way to put it.
brooding. I don't know how to say it. Like, it's not
But
dark in the same
the-
way Batman's
The
dark.
world isn't dark as fuck. The stories are.
I mean, it depends
like,
which
the people
Batman you're
are.
talking about.
Like, the people in The Witcher do fucked up shit.
Yeah, the
And, like,
people are
fucked up
shitty.
shit happens, but the world itself is, like, just kind of, like, I don't know, all the shots in that trailer just made me think this whole thing is going to be, like, all fucking colorless, saturated, gloomy all the time.
Yeah, which is not what
Well,
I
The
would-
Witcher just seems more like Geralt has a fucking job that gets him involved in a bunch of fucked up shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
frame
Like,
rate.
it is a weird one to adapt because just the nature of the fact that short stories exist, and you need to show the short stories. If you're making this as an adaptation, supposed to stand on its own and get an audience into it, you need to have the story of Geralt and when Yennefer when they meet. That's probably the one you need for sure. Um, that's from the first book. I don't think any other ones in the first book you need, although they're all pretty good.
Oh, the frame rate is so bad right now.
But then there's a couple in the second one you definitely need because that's like leads right into like the main thrust of explaining. Actually, no, there's another one. There's totally another one in the first book you need because that explains the shit with Suri. Yeah, there's a lot of like ties that you need to know. So like you could, and the structure of the first book, the way they have it is basically like Geralt's like recovering from a mission or whatever that went badly, and he's just like dreaming of these things that happened in the past. And that's it. That's the structure. He just wakes up, has sex, goes back to sleep,
As you do.
thinks about his other Witcher rings. Yeah, and it didn't seem like there was any Dandelion. Dandelion didn't seem to be around, or I didn't even seen one cast as Dandelion, which is kind of weird. Yennefer looks terrible.
A lot of the casting choices are really weird to me.
Yeah, like Ciri, I actually think looks pretty good. She looks all right for like that age of Ciri, but
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know what the performance will be like, cause you have to get her right. Like she's the fucking
Kind
She's
of
like
one of the central characters.
she's like the central character.
I was gonna say, isn't
as it
she
goes
kind
on.
of more of a main character than Geralt is?
Yeah, I mean they pretty much share the spotlight. Although like yeah, cause like the third book kind of focuses almost entirely on Geralt, but then by the time you get the fourth book, it's like almost the opposite, where it's mostly Ciri's point of view, her story. But yeah, like her development over the course of that series is vital, and because she's like the chosen one type thing, but there's more shit going on there. Yeah, so like you would have to be able to weave in these plot threads from the short story stuff. That's just
What
probably
is
4
happening?
or 5 short stories you have to weave in to make it make sense. And then you also have to just like if you're going to adapt, I don't know. I think it looks like they might be just doing like a rough adaptation of the entire series instead of looking at it as a like a book
A
thing.
long-term thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Or like maybe just do a couple seasons. Like they're not sort of planning on kind of doing a Game of Thrones where it's like first season is book 1, second season is
I feel like for something like The Witcher, you've kind of got to have it planned out really well ahead of time. Of like, this is exactly how we're going to break this up. This is what we are going to get done with the first thing.
I mean, I think it's a yeah, I would like if I was doing it, I would make the first season just kind of like shenanigans. Like I would and you have
Like,
some
first
plot stuff that-
season is just all of the like short story stuff to set up the
yeah,
world kind of thing.
basically set up the world and have like fun wacky adventures. That'd be still entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
That's stuff's probably the best stuff in the honestly like the short story stuff. And then by the end of it, you kind of set up, oh, here's where we're leading to, and then you kick off into the main plot of the books.
Oh wait, okay. If I do.
Yeah, I don't have high
this-
hopes for it.
No.
Oh, now you get to see the amazing mist power up, and how it makes the entire
Oh
screen
god,
go
you say it
nuts.
like breaks the whole thing on the emulator?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Also, it's like some of the casting is just weird.
It is.
I know I'm influenced from the games, but like the games is a pretty good visual representation of how things are described in the book,
Mm-hmm.
and like Yennefer just looks off. Like that's not what
Whoa!
Yennefer. She looks like 20.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like way too young. And I was just like when she's younger, but she's also like 150 or something, like witch that uses magic to stay young. So like, she probably's gonna look the same way she's gonna look.
So yeah, there's the mist form.
Yeah, which is
in
also
the
going to cause some
emulator.
problems. Well, I don't know. I guess not.
Also, Geralt, like Henry Cavill, just looks way too ripped. I saw like there's that one scene where or that one shot in the trailer where,
Yeah, he's just like
Bandage up.
fucking solid muscle.
but he's just like he's Superman. Like he's beyond
Yeah.
Superman. He's huge. He's fucking
He's bulkier
huge.
than that. Like,
I mean, he looks like he came right off the set of fucking Mission Impossible.
like
which is probably
honestly,
what
closer
happened.
to the figure he had for Superman would probably be better for Geralt, in that he's like leaner.
Yeah, he should be lean. He should be pretty lean, because also, like, yeah, he's a weird mutant, but It's not like he's just eating protein all day and lifting weights. Like he's fucking.
Like, he's not a bodybuilder. He's
not-
fucking a monster hunter. He
He's
doesn't.
a fucking monster hunter that's like just drifting from town to town. So the amount that he was
He
shredded
would
in
look
that
like
fucking
an. He
trailer, I
would
was
look like an athlete, not a bodybuilder. He would,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. I mean, I was like, when they first announced they were doing the adaptation, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you could do that. And then then it's like Henry Cavill's going to be with girls. I'm like, okay.
Like, that was
Nothing wrong with that
worrying, but I
one.
was like, okay, sure. And then, like, just everything I've seen of it, the more I see of it, the less I like. And it's kind of a bummer. Like, on the one hand, it's a bummer. On the other hand, like, I didn't have high hopes for it in the first place, so,
No.
you know.
Not where I wanted you to jump to, Can. Oh, the frame rates.
Yeah, like I just went back to that. Holy shit, he is fucking huge in that shot. Like he looks like Broly. He's fucking huge.
No, yeah, he's ripped as fuck. It's kind of crazy. Like, I said solid muscle and I meant it.
He shouldn't look like
He's
that.
beefy. He's halfway to being Brian Cage over here.
Yeah, like that shit, that like weird tree shit in the desert is like shit that's at the end of the second book.
Man, what if Brian Cage was The Witcher?
That'd be terrible.
And that
But
looks
I'd
like
watch
stuff
it.
from, like,
Oh, frame rate.
Like, yeah, since I haven't read the books and stuff, I don't know how the story is broken up there, or, like, you know, how that works. So I can't comment on that, but just from the sheer look of it, and I don't like it. So if there's also problems with, like, how the fuck is all this fitting together, then, yeah. Like I said, already
Well,
didn't have
just-
high hopes, so...
no, that's totally stuff. They're just condensing the first book. Which, yeah, you could do. I mean, certainly you can do as an adaptation, you could do some shit, but. God, that last shot, he really just does look like Legolas. The way the hair is.
Goth Legolas.
It's not even white, it's like blondish or something.
Oh,
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Blood Omen 2.
Yeah, you're playing it.
I am. Let the record show I don't give up easily, even when I should.
You put entirely too much effort into playing this game. You give the people what no one wanted.
Exactly. Drinking your blood. Oh, Jesus.
You sound like you're not having fun.
There are like 5 levers in this room.
Great. It's a good sign.
Yeah.
When I see levers, I think gameplay.
Yeah. Now I got a box. What can I do with this box? The answer appears to be like not much. Okay, can't push it any more that way. Okay. God. Why can Raziel push boxes so much better than Kane?
He's from the future. Block pushing tech was more advanced then.
Put that over there, I guess.
Also because his games were made by a better team.
Thanks, Amy Hannick.
Yeah, she did good. These guys, not so much.
Need switch, drop the box, switch, transact water. I need to push the box into the corner where the first gate is open.
I gotta say, if they're like, looks like what they're adapting for the first, if it's the first season of The Witcher, and
Mhm.
like if it's okay, then I'll be interested in the second season, because then you'll get like basically like a D&D party. Because in the third book, girl gets a vampire, a person from the enemy team on his team, a archer, a dwarven axe fighter type. Dandelion is a bard. Like
See,
he has
that
an
all sounds
actual
rad.
D&D party together, and that's like probably my favorite part of the books. The books outside of the short stories. The vampire is really cool.
See, I was gonna say, funny enough, that reminds me of the part in Berserk where Guts puts together a D&D party.
Yeah, no, it's just
And
straight
it's
up a
rad
D&D
there as
party.
well.
Wander around avoiding war. And the vampire is cool because he's like, because there's like different levels of vampires in Witcher. Like there's
Mhm.
tons of different types of vampires. And he's like a higher sort of, like he doesn't turn into a monster. He maintains all of his like intelligence. And he does not drink blood. Like he treats it like alcohol, and he's an alcoholic. Like that's how it's treated. It's really great. And you sort of spoilers, but like you don't know he's a vampire right away. He just has an incredible amount of knowledge of the human body and what things will kill you and whatnot. And it's like, oh, don't do that. It's like, well, this will happen. It's like, oh, okay, thanks, man. And then after a while, Geralt's just like, hey, I know what the fuck's up. Are you gonna do anything? And he's like, nah, man, I'm cool.
You a cop?
And that book also has a really great ending.
Worse than a cop, he's gacked.
Oh no!
Oh man. All right. Well, it's getting late on my end, so
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna turn in, enjoy Blood Omen 2.
I won't.
Hey, TFP,
Yeah,
I don't know
it's-
how long it's been since
it-
the last time you checked.
It's been like 10 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
It's only an hour and 23 minutes into the stream. How is that possible?
It really feels like it's been longer, and I haven't been
Blood Omen
watching
2
the
is
whole
a
fucking
nightmare.
thing. It's its own time portal.
Clearly.
All right. I'll see you later.
Alright. See ya.
Later.
Dude, just make Blood Omen 2 shorter streams. It's the only way to do this. Because this is insane.
I can't move this
It feels-
box because the door is open.
Insane membrane.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, now I can move.
How you
Well,
doing, Grav?
No, I don't know.
I'm doing fine, actually.
I don't know anymore. Get this thing. I can
You
make
can stop anytime you want.
this sandbag fall down slightly. Oh wait, I can do this. I did it. I puzzle solved. I think. Alright. I don't know what that did, but that did something. I can go in here now, I think. And get stabbed. Oops. Give me your blood. Okay, that's not a door. Give me your blood. Watch them do a weird little shimmy shake as I suck their blood.
Mm-hmm. How's it going?
Alright, let's ring that
How's it
bell
going
again.
Oh, God damn it.
Now we know how to ring the bell, though.
You know, I honestly thought this wasn't going to be a problem due to the cheats, but here we are.
I'm trying.
I know.
This fact that you can't hit them while they're charging up their big dumb attack seems insane. Like, for real, though. Why?
Like, why can't you hit them when they're charging? Or
Yeah.
because whenever they charge, they do a weird little crouch.
But I'm using vertical swings, make me mad.
Yeah, but they got that big dumb arm shield on, so when they crouch and they have their arm out, it's just they're invincible.
That's not how this works.
It's working for them. They see you doing really well.
They got a lot of blood, though. frame rate. Why isn't this cutscene skippable?
That's a great question.
Why are only some cutscenes in like the intro skippable, and then none of the rest of them are?
I don't know. That's honestly an interesting question, I think, for most games in general, is the difference between a skippable and a non-skippable cutscene. Because I feel like there was an era where that was really common.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I feel like most cutscenes are of the pause and then button to skip variety.
Which I feel like that's the best way to go about things.
Yeah, I feel like that's the appropriate way, because also unpausable cutscenes are bad as well.
Yeah. But also, I feel like every new video game, I always get really nervous about, I'm gonna try and pause this cutscene.
Let's see if pausing works in this one, because it might not.
Yeah.
This might be one of those ones that you can't pause, and then it's a whole other thing.
Alright. We're just gonna, you know, do a thing here real quick, and then... Oh, I jumped over the fucking checkpoint. Which is why we had to do so much of that again. Is because I somehow jumped over the checkpoint.
Nice. But hey, mystery solved.
Yep. Oh boy, this has got to be a puzzle, isn't it?
I don't know, can you see a lever?
I see so many levers.
Great. This game is disgusting.
How has it only been 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's a great question, TFP. They don't have to be 2-hour streams.
Don't they, though?
No. You're only setting these rules for yourself. Unless you've been, like, court-ordered to do 2-hour streams. Is that a thing?
No.
Okay, then, yeah, they don't have to be 2 hours, then. They can be as long or as short as you want.
But if they get short, then that means there are more of them. That's the only issue. Is, do you want short-term pain or a long-term pain?
I feel like I prefer the short term.
In that case, we're gonna keep playing for, 25 more minutes.
How does that make sense?
Because the short-term pain is... Or wait. Hold on. I don't know.
Go ahead. Explain your logic. Maybe it'll get you through this Blood Omen stream faster.
Oh, because the pain, the short-term pain of the longer of the is the longer streams, because that's only for like the next 30 minutes. The long-term pain is when we're on part 27, because we just give up after 30 minutes of Blood
Okay,
Omen
but
each time.
here's the problem,
Uh-huh.
TFP, is you're assuming that you won't get to part 27 even doing the 2-hour streams due to the degraded performance from just not giving a fuck by halfway through the Blood Omen stream and constantly looking at the clock and begging for this to be over.
Why can't I get this fucking puzzle piece in the right place? If you notice, I'm not responding to you because I don't have a good answer for...
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. If you want to die halfway through a Blood Omen stream, then you've got to stop, because otherwise you're just going to feel miserable for longer, and nothing's going to get done in the second half of the stream. Nothing will be accomplished.
Not a door.
Did those guys kill you again, TFP?
I mean, not again. That was the first time those guys killed me.
Oh, I thought it was the same two guys who kept killing you repeatedly.
No.
Okay.
It's the same type of guy.
I love that you load in getting attacked.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright. Are you ready for puzzle solving?
No.
Well, too bad. Just gotta pull this green orb pedestal over here. And then push it. And then a little bit more pull in. And a little bit more pushing. Hold on. Okay, no. I feel like that may be like a glitch or something, because like the pipe is glowing green like it's powered. So I thought maybe I could just skip this part, but nope.
Thought you could save time. Is what you get.
Yeah. I swear I'm watching this clock go backwards.
But hey, TFP,
Yeah, what's up?
you've only got 20 minutes left.
I know, and I feel like we've said that for the past 10 minutes.
Like, no, seriously, you could just stop whenever.
But what if I kept going?
I mean, you could. You'd just be miserable for longer.
Yeah. Alright. Ow. Oh no, I died. Hold on.
Oh,
What a
come up with another
checkpoint.
solution.
What a checkpoint I've discovered. Man, I'm kind of glad we've swapped to emulator. Never have I given up so fast on a video game.
If there was any game to give up on, I feel like this is the one, right?
Probably. Give me your blood. Whoa. I should probably look and see if they're... Because that's not right.
Mm.
The textures are freaking out a little bit.
It's probably fine.
There's probably some way to go into settings and fix that, which I'll probably look up after the stream. Because, I mean, we want to give Blood Omen 2 the best shot it can have, you know?
You want to present it in the most positive light.
Yeah. I like how people freak out when I just open a box. To be fair, I guess I did open it up with, like, my mind powers, because I'm a vampire, but...
That's true.
Climb in... Man, remember like the stained glass window zone in Soul Reaver 1?
Yeah.
And
it was
how
cool.
awesome it looked?
Yeah.
And how this game is like 4 or 5 years later and the stained glass looks worse?
Looks terrible, in fact. It looks like they barely tried, which feels like a running theme in this game.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Do I have to find a fucking key?
Go find a key card.
I'm super strong. Can I not just punch the door?
No. No, it's a tough door.
Shut up
It's a
about your
magic
tough door. This door? That's not a door. Why is there fog in the house? That's not sanitary. $15
To go.
Yep.
Means it's only been 5 minutes since the last time we checked TFP.
I realize
that.
I realize what that. Believe me, I understand
Look,
what that means.
You could just stop.
See, I could, but I'm also making you suffer, and that's also worth it.
I guess. Like, you say that, but the thing is, I'm over here playing a different game.
That's true.
And I just look over and see that you're still doing this and sounding like you want to die.
Oh, that's a big guy.
That guy's got the big shoulders. I can't wait to see this dumb bullshit. What'd you do? Did you just get, like, one-shotted?
No. The opposite happens.
Oh, were you
That
just
was-
hit him? Well, because you cheated. You got the Soul Reaver.
Yeah, so.
The whole point of it.
So.
I'm saying that it seems rude to laugh at him dying in 2 shots, considering that you are cheating.
It's his fault.
Considering that you were cheating the game and yourself.
Look, man, he can cheat too if he wanted.
No, he's bound by the constraints of the game. He fights with honor. He follows the rules, man.
That man has no honor.
Where is the cathedral? To the northeast, but it cannot enter without the proper authority. Show me the way. Now.
Kane's angry.
This place. It is my pleasure to serve you. This time will bring you again to the streets. I thank you. Good night.
Oh, frame rates. Aha! Victory is mine! What was your plan?
Winning.
That's my plan, but it, doesn't seem to be working.
Really
out.
works out.
Yeah. I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. Or that's the only way I can go. One of the two.
One of those things. Ugh. TFP, what chapter are you in now?
Still 4, I think.
Oh, so like no progress has been made is what you're telling me.
Hold on. We are 70% of the way through, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, wait, wait. Aha! Movable blocks. Weird mind-controlled priestmen. Yeah, see, we're having fun.
Are we? Is that fun you're having?
I tell myself it's fun, or else I go crazy.
I guess.
It's a real
Told you
good,
you could have skipped this one, man.
but it was important. You
I
said it
warned
was
you about-
vitally important.
I warned you about the Blood Omen 2.
You said it was vitally important.
It is. That's the sad part. Like straight up, if you skipped this game and then played Defiance, there'd be a part of that story where you just started saying "what" repeatedly. You probably will anyways, but like at least this way you'll know an answer.
What a puzzle. I pushed the three.
Pretty terrible night to have a puzzle.
I pushed the 3 blocks that were the same and were the only blocks that I was able to push, and a door opened.
Yeah, that's how puzzles work.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta suck these dead people's blood.
I assume that I addressed the Bishop of Meridian. I seek information on Salazar Key. You are to give me passage inside. I am sent by Vorathor.
That guy does not seem well.
Speak.
Also, his face looks weird. Everyone's faces in this game animate really weirdly. They remind me of, like, have you seen those things where people take, like, a still image and then use a program to, like, quote-unquote animate it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
all their faces look like that.
To be fair, that's probably what it was. Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 had a bunch of that, actually.
Do you truly believe you can stop me?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, that's why you're the Kingdom Hearts expert.
God damn it.
You know these things.
Why?
Interesting factoids.
It's under my power, and you will never catch me.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, R.I.P.
Yeah. Would
R.I.P.
you rather be playing that?
Well, no, I was going to say R.I.P. Rutger Hauer.
Oh yeah, that's a bummer.
One of your last things was Kingdom Hearts 3, and you sounded so confused the entire time. Frame rates.
frame rate is overrated. We in the virtual highlight era now.
Man, I should watch Virtual Highlight speedrun again. It and that Star Wars.
Yeah, Phantom Menace PS1.
More hover cannons will be coming. Also, the one joke when he just spins around in a circle about, I'm gonna go for a Qui-Gon spin. And he sounded so proud of himself. Just cracks me up.
Indeed.
Well, that stained glass window texture bug is less than ideal. You idiots. You fucking goofs. You fucking vampire goofballs.
What?
That cutscene was the dumbest.
That was amazing.
I mean, yeah, but also, come on. Where is...
I'm invisible.
Yeah. I gotta ring these bells to make him not invisible, because we're operating on old Soul Reaver 1 tech of vampires are weak to sound.
Well, I mean, if they're weak to something, that's good.
That's true.
That reminds me. I had a thought at work today.
Oh?
Vampires are a pyramid scheme.
You
You know?
You're not actually wrong there.
Yeah.
Now, I thought about it for a second, and it immediately all started to line up.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, you keep bringing in people lower than you on the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone doesn't make a direct comparison to that during Bloodlines 2, I'm going to be disappointed now.
Oh, this is really dumb, what I have to do here.
Oh?
So they broke the ropes, so I
Uh-huh.
can't just ring the bell anymore?
So do you have to go up and punch the bell now?
No.
What do you got to do?
I gotta go up there. Because punching the bells would just be too easy. I gotta
Uh-huh.
use a mechanic that I feel like I've not used, like, once intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw that and was like, oh, right, that's a thing that you can do. Oops. He's just running around like an asshole. Hold on, I gotta... Oh, this is actually going to be some moderately difficult since I have Soul Reaver. There we go. Oh, can I even do this? With a weapon? Have I...
Oh, man. So I was curious about this earlier. Was if the fact that the Soul Reaver is a weapon you always have was ever going to fuck you over.
Okay, no.
Oh.
We're good.
This game
Okay.
is just too well designed.
Yep.
I
It's
guess.
Blood Omen 2, too good.
Definitely not too human.
That's true. Alright, there we go. He's dead now. I had to throw the mans into the bell. I'm going to steal his essence from the frozen time, which looks much less impressive on PS2 emulator than it did in the Xbox version.
Well, you know, you have to sacrifice some things for a playable game.
That's true.
Oh man, you live. Yes. Yes, I do. I was.
Yeah, that effect is way less impressive.
You rocked me in my mind.
What is this accent?
Borodura sent me to gain passage to the Salafan Keep. One of our associates is held captive there. A fool's errand to enter the... Take you there.
Cool, thanks. See, aren't you glad we kept going? Because then we finished chapter 4. And that's the perfect time to stop once this cutscene finishes. We did it. We're like a third of the way, over a third of the way through the game.
Yeah, see,
good
it
for
only
you.
took 2 streams. We're on par to finish this in 6 streams, TFP. How do you feel about that? Like another solid week of streaming this, and you'll be pretty much done.
Oh man, I just skipped ahead and read a really funny thing.
Oh,
Next boss is really hard.
great.
He said sarcastically, but you know. Oh no, the purple lady's gonna be executed. What will I do?
You gotta go save her.
But you are no match for him yet, kid. If you encounter him, hide. If he sees you, run. Run. Hide. Volador, you do not know. Your task is to find Uma quickly. Nothing distracting. The information she obtained from the investment.
Vordor's like, dude, the Seraphan head chief is the worst. You gotta run and hide from him. And Kane's like, fucking what?
What if I go punch him in the dick instead?
What if I punch him in the dick? Then I knee him in the dick.
A lot of dick-based offense.
Just call me Shin's Kane Nakamura.
Oh, that was terrible.
I know. Anyway.
Self-defense training camp.
Ugh.
That was
I
also...
had to one-up TFP's horrible attempt at a pun.
Ugh.
Oh, that's Blood Omen 2. It's still a video game.
That still exists. Also, at some point during that, you didn't even acknowledge that barrel with the giant comical skull and crossbones on it you were standing next to.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Oh, you're just that done.
I'm that done at this point. Join us next time for...
2 hours. Don't you feel like that was worth it? Don't you
Oh,
feel
so worth...
accomplished?
Hey, we beat a boss.
That's true. Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.